Guild Wars 2 is a high fantasy hybrid combat MMORPG that combines a solid mix of PvP, PvE and story content as well as heaps of horizontal progression and completionist content, and has just released a brand new expansion called End of Dragons. In this video you'll get to see my first impressions of the new expansion's features and zones as I play through it for a few hours for the first time. This video is sponsored by Guild Wars 2, but this is a game that I've covered positively and played for thousands of hours over the years, and they basically just wanted me to do my normal first impressions format with all the pros and cons that you guys are used to. If you like what you see in this video, then click my link in the description below to buy End of Dragons, which includes a level 80 boost for you to jump right into the new content. Today is the day. Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons has finally released and we're ready to jump into the expansion and check out all of the new stuff. Quick look at my characters. This was my main character the last time I was playing, Miss Krabs, my Reaper. I also like to play my Elementalist, One Slash Man, my Warrior, he's rocking quite a nice outfit, Spooky Stealth, Voss, Mighty Man, his transmog's pretty embarrassing, and then two other characters that I just don't play at all. So I'm going to play with Mrs. Krabs. No, I'm not. Kind of want to check out the Warrior, new specialization more. Okay, we'll go with One Slash Man instead. Ah, yes, I got the Aurene logo cape because I got sent a statue of Aurene, which is sitting behind me in the background.
Hello there.
So to start End of Dragons, we're going to open up the story journal. Click End of Dragons and then click Begin the Story, and it immediately jumps to the cutscene. So this is just giving us a recap of all of the story that's happened up to this point. To start the expansion, we're going to go meet with Aurene. There she is in all her glory. This Aurene pose is exactly the same as the statue that they sent me.
And you can't see past.
Nice. A lot of other players waiting to start the expansion. Damn dude, nice transmog. You look like a real heavily armoured robot. This person's also got their fashion game on. Good effort. Why's everyone got like fashion game completely on point today? Epic looking character.
Want me to go find him at the pass? Bring him back?
Guild Wars 2, one of the few MMOs where your character actually has a voice and speaks with voice acting. It's really cool. The human guy's got awesome voice acting as well. Kind of reminds me of Josh Strife actually. Similar kind of voice.
Good night, God bless, and Guild Wars.
That feel when you're following an NPC in an MMO, but he just runs too slow for your character, so you have to constantly run forward, stop, run forward, stop. Okay, big damage. Spin to win. That's how I play Warrior PvE. Just spin on things. Okay, just drop from the sky, and now we're on an airship. Like, can I fly over to the other airships?
I believe I can fly.
It was worth a try. I bet every single Guild Wars 2 player tried to do that. We're going to get a chance to jump off the ship now. Hey, I'm way ahead of you. Jump. Oh, that is what we had to do. I was just doing it a little bit sooner than the game wanted me to. Big damage. Chop him up with my axe. I forgot how fluid the combat in Guild Wars 2 feels. Like the weapon swapping and stuff. It's really good. I'm happy that this is designed so you can jump to all the different ships. That's actually so fun. It's a really cool start to the expansion. I like it when MMO expansions start with a bang. Some epic event like this. Certainly makes it more memorable, doesn't it? Ooh. That's cool. So a big rift's just opened. And now we're going to an unknown land. Okay. Oh, Aurene's gonna save us, is she? Maybe not. She's getting sucked in by a laser beam. Shot into the sea. So we've washed up on the shore of this strange new land. Detention facility. That doesn't sound good. Wow, so this is the new land, is it? Nice looking scenery. Big temple in the background. So here we are in Cantha. And Cantha has giant bird people.
I'm a bird and a person and more.
And there it is. Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons. It begins here. Just going to keep following the MSQ because I'd like to unlock a boat. So I think we can take our boats on this water. It's also nice that all of the mounts that you collected in Path of Fire you can still use in the new expansion. Like all of the previous masteries and cool little features from old expansions are still relevant and still used in the newest expansion. Like, they've designed their world around that stuff. Hero point challenge over here. I definitely want to be doing these because I need to get enough points to unlock Blade Sworn, the warrior's new elite specialization. Next we need to go talk to a fisherman. I guess this is where we're going to learn about fishing or get our boat. Aureen's doing fine. She's just asleep. She's not too injured. Alright, little dragon. We need to go catch fish for Aureen to put her in a better mood. That's our introduction to the fishing skill. Catch fish for a dragon. Cast the rod out. Oh, there's a little mini game. Oh, that's good. I like that there's a little mini game associated with fishing. There it is. Looks like a tuna. I don't think this is going to be enough to satisfy a dragon. So now we're about to meet the Empress. Can I just go walk up to the Queen? Let's intimidate her a little bit. Hello, Your Majesty. I'm the Queen's guard now. Approach the Empress. I've already done that. I've been approaching her for the last 5 minutes. Okay, I'll walk away. I ain't gonna do what you tell me. Oh, it looks like we've got a little boss fight here. Gank him. Oh, he's invulnerable. F. Cooldown's popped for nothing. Oh, you're an ugly one, aren't you? Look at that. Imagine waking up next to that in the morning, ladies. Just hit him with the stun. Spin on him. Oh, he's turned like all ethereal. Calm down, lad. Die. Oh, heal. Good fight. Rest in peace, naked mole rat. Okay, she is very drunk. Oh, God. Nice animation work on the drunk lady. The smugness in her face as well. They've captured that pretty well. Good job, animators. Boss fight number 2. Ooh, stuff to dodge. Okay, she's gone giant. Oh god, I'm getting absolutely wrecked by her now. Oh god, what is this? Oh wow, there's like orbs and stuff to dodge now. Trippy. Quite an epic boss fight. I like when solo story bosses have mechanics. There's a lot of games that don't really bother with that. Mechanics good. All of this is Cantha. This place is huge. There's going to be a lot to explore here. Wait, I've got a griffin. Why am I using my glider? Griffin, I choose you. It's a little bit better than a glider, isn't it? Although my griffin skin game isn't too hot. Whoever's done the animation work on Guild Wars 2's mounts done a fantastic job. I'm looking forward to getting the new mount for End of Dragons, which is actually a siege turtle, a 2-player mount. I don't think I've ever experienced a 2-player mount in this game before, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, we have earned our boat now, I think. Purchase a skiff from the hall director. New mastery acquired, the skiff. Oh, I see. We've got this new little bar down here, one for fishing and one for the skiff. So you click this for the skiff and you can place your boat. Okay, that's cool. So let's board the boat. And there it is. If I press E, we go pretty quick. It's not slow. Ooh. I mean, the boat controls pretty well. It's a lot quicker than I expected. So there it is. Guild Wars 2 finally has boats. Pretty cool feature for any MMO to add, really. And I'm guessing you can get different skins for your skiffs. Let me guess, skiff racing is going to be a thing in this game, 100%. One of the last mounts they added in Path of Fire was like a beetle, and everyone started doing beetle mount racing. There it is, Jade Bots unlocked. That's yet another new mastery brought in with End of Dragons. So around the world, there's these Jade Tech zip lines, which I can use to kind of navigate the map. I like how every single Guild Wars 2 expansion adds new ways to traverse the map. This Jade Tech thing is going to be especially useful in this city because it's got an insane amount of verticality, as you can probably tell. I absolutely love how my character looks now. I just need to find like a nice kind of celestial style sword. I don't know if I've got anything like that. This happens every single time I play Guild Wars 2. I'll be like doing the story or I'll be progressing something and then I'll like collect a skin and then I'll think, oh, I need to base an entire transmog around this skin, and then I'm distracted and I'm making zero progress for hours whilst I'm just focusing on fashion stuff. I guess that's probably relatable to a lot of you guys that play Guild Wars 2 as well. The whole skin and fashion aspect of the game is definitely my favourite part, that's for sure. Additionally, I've accidentally made my skin match my raptor's skin, which is also a big bonus. I need to go check the auction house and see if there's a skin I can buy that kind of changes the weapon. This is more important right now. I've teleported back to Lion's Arch to go grab myself a new skin. Chaos Greatsword. Yo. Okay, let's just look at the other ones before we make a crazy decision, Craig. Let's not just buy the first thing you see. Gallant Greatsword. That'd be nice for us to make like a traditional knight transmog. Oh, that's weirdly cool. That actually suits my thing really well. This skin weirdly suits it very well. I don't actually like the look of this sword, but color-wise, it matches my armor perfectly. So it's between Alchemist and Chaos. We're doing it. There it is. We've done it. Oh, it actually looks even better on my character. I'm sorry you have to edit this, Hayden. I just got completely distracted. I hope you understand, but I love this kind of thing. I'm actually having so much fun. That looks cool. I look like a bloody paladin, like a holy knight. Okay, there it is. Changed the headpiece, and now that looks absolutely fantastic. Oh my god, they've added so many cool new gliders to the game. What is that? Frostfire? What? Oh my god, I can't choose. There's so many good options. Has to be Frostfire. It just fits my outfit really well. Okay, we've done all of that. Let's go back to making progress. I need to test my new glider. How do we look? Absolutely incredible. We look like the king of the game. Definitely rate my fashion game in the chat. Maybe I've just made what's considered a basic set. I don't know. I know you Guild Wars 2 fashion gamers have quite high standards. And now I've encountered a problem. The skin on my Raptor kind of matches, but the skin on my other mounts doesn't match. So now we're faced with a dilemma. And the answer is, we don't use the other mounts. Oh wait, you can dye your mount. I completely forgot about that. Now all of my mounts match. Now I can finally play the game. Aether Blades are here. Let's see how my new transmog looks in combat. Looks pretty good. And then I switched to the axes, and they just don't look quite as good as my Celestial Greatsword. Next on the list, Celestial Axes, I guess. No, we'll just stay like this for now. I need to stop messing around with my fashion. I can't help it. I'm obsessed. I see another bit of armor, and I just want to completely restructure my fashion every time. It's a bit of a problem, really. Whoever does the voice acting for this character, she has one of the coolest voices I think I've heard in this game. For an MMO, I'd say Guild Wars 2's voice acting is overall really good. And holy hell, there's a lot of voice acting. Like, you're just playing through missions. You don't have to read anything, you just listen to all of the NPCs. Which is one of the things that makes it really easy to follow the story in this game. Even if you're not someone that typically follows the story, you passively take in the story due to all of the constant voice acting throughout missions. So this is the Elder Dragon, Suwan. So right now the story is starting to get interesting, so I'm not going to show too many more spoilers. There's so many ways to traverse the environment in this game now. You've got gliders, tons of different mounts, each of which has a specific job. You've got the Jade Bots, the zip lines, and you've also got boats now. Out of all the MMOs, Guild Wars 2 is the one that certainly puts a big focus on different ways to get around. This looks like quite a grand zone. Yeah, I like the look of this. Sun rays coming through the sky. Anything like ancient fantasy temple, I'm a fan of, to be honest. Especially when it's all overgrown and mysterious. Before continuing the main quest, I'm going to take this time to go fully unlock the map of this zone, grab all the hero points, and once I've got all the hero points, I should be able to fully unlock everything for Bladesworn. Oh, I leveled up my skiff, so it's got an extra level of speed called Full Throttle, which I've got from my masteries. I've just spent the past 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get to this hero point. I was jumping up the trees, trying to do weird wall climbing, and eventually I figured it must be some kind of underwater cave. So I went around here, and yes, there's a cave. Now when I look at the cave, we're at a dead end. But you go underwater, there's a very hidden doorway that leads up to the hero point. This is the most difficult hero point I think I've ever had to find in the game. I bet I'm not the only person who struggled to find that hero point. So, I've finally gathered the hero points I need to fully unlock Bladesworn. There it is. So now I've got myself a gun saber as the Bladesworn. And the gun saber comes with its own set of abilities and explosions. Ooh. That's interesting. Oh, it's also got a really nice charge to it. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be pretty decent in PvP for chasing people down. The audio-visual feedback for this weapon's quite satisfying. So I'm just kind of whacking away at this mob and I'm gaining this charge, I'm gaining flow, and it seems as though The more flow I'm building, the more damage I'm doing. Dragon trigger, we can teleport here. Dude, that just did big damage, a 23k crit. So it looks like Blade Swan's going to be a big hitting, big critting class. Wait, do you have 3 weapons as this class? So I didn't equip my greatsword. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. So as the Blade Swan, you've essentially got 3 different weapons. You've got your normal greatsword, you've got your secondary weapon, which in my case is the axe, and then you press this button, and then you've got another 5 abilities. God, I love using the gun saber. I can imagine this being a very high skill, high potential class for PvP, simply because you've essentially got 20 different abilities that you can work with, 3 different swords, plus a whole set of skills with Dragon Trigger. The gun saber is definitely going to be a class for some god tier PvP players. Big fan of the new elite specialization, but after all of that combat, I think I need to kick back a little bit and do some fishing. And what better place for a spot of fishing than this calm, tranquil lake? Whip out the fishing rod, and now we chill. Now we catch some supper. But I think now would be a good time to wrap up this first impressions. I've shown off a fair few hours of End of Dragons, and going further I think I might end up spoiling some of the story, so I don't want to do that. Obviously haven't shown off all the new features of the expansion, such as the Siege Turtle, which is unlocked later on, but I think I've shown enough to give you a decent idea of what's in store for you. So with all that said, let's jump into the pros and cons. So after dipping my toes into End of Dragons for a few hours and playing through the story to the point where it's probably going to start to get a bit spoiler heavy from here, my thoughts so far are as follows. Guild Wars 2 in my opinion still does the best job of delivering story when it comes to MMORPGs. I hate reading through tons of dialogue when playing MMOs, but due to how pretty much everyone in the game is fully voice acted and they just speak during quests, the story just passively rubs off on you even if you're not 100% paying attention. I wish more MMOs had this approach to storytelling. The combat still flows really well and feels solid even in 2022. I've said it before in the past, but I think Guild Wars 2 is one of the few MMOs that really managed to nail that tab/action hybrid system. Guild Wars 2 is unique in that it's the only MMO I can think of with an endgame that consists purely of horizontal progression. That means you feel zero pressure to rush content, do tedious tasks to keep up, or partake in content that you don't want to do. There's a ton of stuff to progress with at your own pace though, such as playing through all the story, maxing out all your masteries, map completion, ranking in PvP, clearing raids, and most importantly, making sure all of your characters have a strong fashion game. Guild Wars 2 has what most people consider as an extremely fair business model without pay to win. It's got a great mix of content for every type of MMO player. Guild Wars 2's mount system is famous for being the most unique in the MMO genre, as every mount has different abilities, animations, and serve their own purpose when traversing zones. The new features that are added in Guild Wars 2 doesn't invalidate previous expansions' content. For example, gliders were added in Heart of Thorns, lots of mounts added in Path of Fire, and all of those masteries are still used in the new expansion and the maps are actually designed around them. The new Jade bot system actually expands upon previous systems such as the glider. The game has a fantastic soundtrack, it's an extremely alt-friendly MMO due to the horizontal endgame and the ability to earn character level ups that you can then send to your alts. The new features added with End of Dragons complement the game really well, such as fishing, boats, the Jade bots, and of course the whole new elite specs for each class mixing up the endgame meta. The zone-wide meta events that usually end in a massive 100-man world boss fight are absolutely epic and something very unique to Guild Wars 2. And the Guild Wars 2 community as a whole has a reputation for being one of the most chill and welcoming communities in the MMO genre. Despite the plethora of options you have when traversing zones, there's some zones in the game that are designed with such insane verticality that simply getting from A to B or using your map to navigate is an absolute nightmare. This is true for 2 of the zones I've experienced so far in End of Dragons 2. Personally, I wish there were more simple, flat zones in the game. If you're someone that wants to be on a gear treadmill and play an MMO full-time competitively, Guild Wars 2 might not be the game for you due to its horizontal progression endgame. It's not for everyone. Personally, I wish map completion was account-wide, or you had the option to share completion knowledge with alts. As someone that still after all of these years isn't 100% decided on my main, this is one of the things that stops me from going for completionist content. And after all these years, Guild Wars 2 still doesn't have a 10 vs 10 or 15 vs 15 instanced battleground style mode. I don't understand why. They've got 5v5 small scale and 80v80v80 world vs world, but nothing medium scale. It's like the only type of content the game doesn't have, and I don't really know why. Overall, Guild Wars 2 is still a top quality MMORPG even in 2022, and the new expansion End of Dragons adds a lot of features to the game that complement existing systems, as well as adding entirely new features. Right now, as you'd expect, the player base is popping off due to the expansion hype, so there's never been a better time to jump in than now and give it a try. As always, let me know your thoughts and experiences with Guild Wars 2 in the comments below, and let me know about your favourite things added with End of Dragons. Big shout out to Guild Wars 2 for sponsoring me to play one of my favourite MMOs. Click the link in the description below to buy the game. Social media on screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.